Hi students, this is Dr. Badrinath. Today's topic is physicochemical and biological properties which are related to the controlled release formulations. Okay, yeah. Most of the students, especially pharmaceutics students, they will not read this chapter. They will not read. They will not read because this is a dry topic. Why we have to read? Only for exams purpose they will read. Recently, one thing was happened. He's a Sendil. He's a Dr. Sendil. He completed PhD also. It was happened in the Mitocon Biosimilars Private Limited, Chennai, Tamil Nadu. He developed a very nice and excellent formulation that is a controlled release drug mixture. If you see the tablet, it looks very elegant and all. But in the clinical trials, the tablet was failure. He was supposed to be kicked out from the company, from the managing director. In such a situation, in such a case, the Dr. Palaniyappan, he was given an idea. You have to consider the physicochemical and biological properties. Then only your formulation, whatever you have developed a formulation, it will become a success in the clinical trials. Then later he developed a very nice and formulation. That's why I'm telling this is important. The real thing was happened in the recently in the year, in the last year. Yeah, we are studying a novel drug delivery systems. Under that, we are studying a controlled drug delivery system. See here, controlled drug delivery system is a part of novel drug delivery system. Here, physicochemical and biological properties of drugs are relevant to controlled release formulation. That is today's topic. And this is my mobile app. Okay, application. You can be downloaded from the Google Play Store. Here, I have kept the store option. You can see the here bottom store option. Here you can find all my YouTube contents in the PDF format. Okay, B Pharmacy, Pharma D, M Pharmacy, all branches. Okay, like that you will get in the store option. You can be download it. You can open and start reading. And this is about my YouTube channel in the playlist option. If you go to the playlist option, you can be find the subject wise. If you touch the subject, you will get the contents in the chapter wise like this. Okay, yeah. See here, I have given the summarized the physicochemical properties and biological properties on the both sides. And now we will see all these factors one by one. Okay, you take a screenshots or you can be download for the app. In that, everything will be available. Okay. So there is two types of molecules: spherical shape, which looks like a round shape, and another one is a chain shape. There is a two types of molecule that we know very well. The first factor is molecular size and molecular weight. See, if size is less, easily it diffuses into the all biological membranes, or it crosses the polymeric membrane and it released, and after the releasing it, it will be entered into the body layers very easily. That's why these are the good candidates for the controlled drug delivery system. If the size is more difficult to diffuse, then these are the very bad candidates for the controlled drug delivery system. And spherical molecules, this is molecular size, this is molecular weight, two factors. Spherical molecules with molecular weight less than or equal to 150 are the good candidates. These are very important. If it is a chain molecule, you can go up to the 400. Molecular weight less than or 400, up to 400 is okay. Above 400, it is a bad candidate for the CDDS, controlled drug delivery system. Okay, that's why you have to check whenever you are developing a controlled drug delivery system. The drug candidate what you have selected, it must possess some of the important characteristics that you should not ignore at all. Aqua solubility. See, average water soluble drug is okay, good, average also. Good water soluble is already excellent, good and suitable candidate for controlled drug delivery system. However, poor water soluble drug not suitable for the controlled drug delivery system, that you have to be keep in your mind. BCS class 1, BCS class 2 are good candidates, whereas a class 3 and class 4 unsuitable for the candidates for CD, controlled drug delivery system. And partition coefficient, the drug molecule ideally should consist of two properties. One is hydrophilic property and lipophilic property. Both are very, very important. Both are important. Suppose say if your drug is hydrophilic in nature, then only it will be dissolved in the stomach, because we are taking with a glass of water, not with oil. Tablet we are taking with the mug of water, glass of water. So essential to get solubilized in water. Drugs we are taking with the water, that we know very well. And lipophilic, See, then only the drug will be dissolved here. Lipophilic means all biological membrane like a stomach, intestine, all are lipoidal in nature. See, all biological barriers are lipoidal in nature, and this lipophilic properties of a drug molecule is very essential to cross the biological barriers. Okay, this is called as a partition coefficient. See here, this is ideal molecule. It is having a equal oily soluble, that is a lipophilic and hydrophilic. See here, this is a lipophilic molecule, more lipophilic. See here, and water molecule is less. Here, see here, aqueous. That's why this is very good. It shows the low dissolution, high absorption because of lipophilic property. If you see here, this is a hydrophilic property is more here. Hydrophilic property. It is having a high dissolution but low absorption because of this property is poor. So this is ideal molecule, suitable candidate for the controlled drug delivery system. These are not suitable. These are not suitable. You have to do some more modifications. Then only you have to prepare the for those. And very high partition coefficient not suitable. Very low partition coefficients also not suitable. Near to 1. This is a partition coefficient formula that we know very well. Concentration of a drug in the organic phase divided by concentration of a drug in the aqueous phase. If it is near to 1, that is almost both are equal, then only you will get a 1. It is a highly suitable for the candidates. And the dissociation constant, it is indicated by the pKa, dissociation constant. See here, there was neutral atom. It will be dissociated, not association. Association means joining. Dissociation means dividing. Neutral atom is divided into anion and cation. Whenever it is getting charges, it is developed. See, higher the dissociation, greater the ionization. This is called ionization. Highly ionized drugs are the very poor candidates for the controlled drug delivery system. These are very poorly absorbed. Unionized drugs are rapidly absorbed than the ionized. So that's why dissociation constant, it must be low as much as possible. And the next is ionization constant. See, dissociation constant is different. Ionization constant is different. Ionization is the process which produces a new charged particles. Here, dissociation is a separation of the charged particle which is already exists in a compound. These two are exist in the compound. It is dissociated and formation of the charges. Here it is not like that. Just getting the charging the particle. Unionized drugs absorbs rapidly than the ionized form. This point you have to keep in your mind. And in the stomach, what happened? More acidity will be there, that we know very well. So acidic drugs remains unionized in the stomach. That's why acidic drugs absorbs better from the stomach. In the intestine, alkalinity environment is there. So that's why basic drugs remains unionized. And basic drugs absorbs better from the intestine because the environment is like that only. That's why acidic drugs stomach, basic drugs intestine. Stability of the drug molecule. Drugs which are stable in the acid, which are stable in the base, which are stable throughout the GIT fluids are the good candidates. If there is stability is not there, it will be degraded. So then even though you are preparing a formulation, it will be waste because it is not stabilized. Drugs which are stable even in the enzymatic degradation are a good candidates. If drugs degrades in the stomach, small intestine, not suitable candidates. Unsuitable candidates are very difficult to formulate into the prolonged system or controlled release system. That's why you have to do several modifications for that. Drug protein binding. We know that very well. Drugs binds with the proteins. These proteins are present in the blood. In the plasma, blood is a 3 parts again that we know very well. In that plasma, the proteins will be there. So always drug is there in the plasma only, drug, not in the RBC, WBC. Protein drug binding, drug protein complex, it forms that we know very well. Drugs with the high protein binding, poor candidates for the CDDS. Actually not requires these because it is having its almost own sustained release formulation because highly protein binding. Example is diazepam. 95% it is having a protein binding. So slowly it will be releases the medication from the protein. Okay, so that no need of the controlled drug delivery system for this type of dose society. We know that some of the drugs are having a very less dose, some are having a very high dose. drugs with larger doses are very poor candidates for the controlled release drug delivery system, because conventional dose itself is paracetamol C 500 or 650 mg. Paracetamol 650 mg. If you want to prepare a conventional dosage form, your tablet you have to use more than 1.5 gram. You have to be used 1.5 gram 500 mg. It is so. Controlled release drug delivery system, one objective is to eliminate the repetitive conventional dosing. Hence, controlled release drug delivery system requires the high doses than the conventional doses. Okay. If suppose conventional dose is already high, like a 650, 700, then there is a need of still more high dose. Okay, in the CRD. Hence, it is very difficult to formulate the this one. And absorption rate, drugs with high absorption rate constant, very rapidly absorbed and very good candidates for the controlled drug delivery system. Low absorption, automatically it is a reverse of it. Biological half-life, half-life. It is a time taken by the drug to eliminate by 50% from the body from the given dose. Drugs with longer half-life does not require the controlled drug delivery system. Drugs with a shorter half-life, 2 to 6 hours, requires the controlled drug delivery systems. And these are the long half-life. See here, tell me certain 24 hours, chloroquine 200 hours of half-life. Okay, amlodipine 30 to 50. Okay, clomiphene 5 to 7. All these drugs are almost having a very longer 2 weeks. It doesn't require the controlled drug delivery system. And therapeutic window, we know that this is therapeutic window. It should be broader as possible, because safe side, even though you are taking a less dose or even though you are taking a more dose, no problem, because it is a broader therapeutic window, also called as therapeutic range, also called as therapeutic index. Drugs with narrow therapeutic window. See, if suppose say this is very narrow, if suppose say there was any fluctuations, like a little fluctuation leads to either toxic or subtherapeutic level. So it is very difficult, very difficult this type of formulation to prepare the controlled drug delivery system. So as much as possible. So these are the common narrow therapeutic indexes: carbamazepine, phenytoin. These are all very dangerous. Okay, just like walking on a rope. If you fell down like this or like this, it will be a problem. Okay. And absorption window. See here, this is absorption window. So drug will be released only absorbed from only this area. This area. From the remaining entire, the drug will not be absorbed from the remaining entire GAT. So not this window. Absorption. Drugs absorbed from specific region of the GAT. Poor candidates for the controlled drug delivery system. If the drug is suppose it is absorbed throughout the GAT, then you can say it is a good candidate from the for the CDDS controlled drug. And patient body factors. This is the last factor. Patient age. Okay, patient body condition, disease condition, like a patient with malabsorption. So he do not have proper absorption, then CDDS is not much effective in those cases. Patient with healthy GAT. Healthy GAT, gastrointestinal tract is very good, so absorption is very good. So controlled drug delivery system is much effective in them. Okay, so and these are the factors going to affect, like a gastric emptying rate, time of taking the medicine, body biological parameters, etc. Okay, so I will end my session here. You can be download the app from the Google Play Store, and you can be subscribe the channel. Okay, right. Okay, I will end my session here.